our course designing with Canva. In this lesson, we would be customizing designs, and it's actually going to be an exciting. It's going to be an exciting one, and there's a very good chance that this class or this lesson is going to be slightly longer than previous ones. So, strap in and let's have fun. Okay. When we talk about customizing of your designs, we essentially are trying to refer to your ability to make designs that are fun, that get you the results you want, and that you easily can manipulate in just about any way and order that you like. That's really the whole idea of customization. Okay, so without much ado, I'm gonna just go and look for a design that's slightly complex that we can use, and then we can take it from there. Okay, so I think I'll use this first one here. I would use it, hopefully you would understand the customization concept from here better. Okay, so we're going to change this particular flyer or this design to a completely different business, and hopefully that would give us context. Okay, so which business should we change this to? Fashion, confectionery. Okay, let's do cakes. Right, let's do cakes. It's completely out of this cycle, so let's do cakes. So we're going to change this to a cake business, and then add up a couple of things, and then we'll see how it leads us. Okay, all right. So first things first, we need to change the image, obviously, and then change the text, and then we'll see what we can do again from there. So to change your image, like we had seen in our last video, you can select from your collection of images if you already have a cake image, for example. But I, for one, know that I do not have one, so I'm going to go straight to Canva's collection of images. They have about over 1 million images, so I like to think that I'll find cake there. Abby, so let's find out. So I'm just going to do a search for cakes over here and hit search. Now the search results reveals a couple of cakes I can see, and I can see some cool ones, right? Cool cakes, cool cakes. I think the ones I saw at the beginning no make sense a lot. So why don't we just go up there and start from there? Feel free when you get in here to find whichever one you like. Okay. So notice that the first thing we see after uploading our cake is that the cake we have just uploaded is not looking like it was originally. It's now grayed out. So why? Well, the short answer is because it has been filtered out. And where can we change the filter option? Let me let you see whether you have fastest eyes. Can you see it? Can you see it? All right, so that's it. Cool. So I'm just going to go there, and you would see that the filters apply. So remember how filters work in your image gallery when you're trying to edit images? That's exactly how it works here. So we're just going to go find, basically just play around with the filters until we find one that we love. Okay. It's very important. Cakes are things that catch the eye, so you want the filter or the color to come out. Somebody should look at it and the person begins to drool and want to eat your cake, right? So that should be the idea, really. That's the kind of emotion you want to elicit. Damn, I'm using big grammar today. All right, so let's just find one here. I think, okay, this is not too let's use, there was one I saw earlier I think I should be able to use. I think this guy should suffice. Where is he? Don't mind me, I can be very particular about getting it right. So okay, let me settle for this. When you're doing yours, feel free to try it out. Okay, now here's one rule you do not ever want to neglect. So if you found yourself doing designs and you find out that over and over again you don't get the result you want, the reason for that is often that when you use an image, you end up using text and colors that are just out of what's the word, when you use pictures, when you use colors we no follow. Let me go down to our level. When you go ahead and begin to use colors we no follow, we no just blend, we no just gel, you end up with a design that does not make sense. Okay, so for us to make this design make sense, okay, we need to make sure that the colors blend with the images that we have in our cake. And which color stands out to you? The red, right? So let's try to use a red here and see what happens when we do that. So I'm going to tap on this color orange. I think that's an orange color, and then let's just drag this color palette all the way to the end. Do you notice that our red now looks finer, or is it just my eye? It's looking finer now. And it's looking fine now. All right, so let's apply that to the other guy at the top. Now sometimes, because some images, or I mean some text, are grouped together, what you would find is it might become difficult for you to select items individually, right? So you would have to ungroup them to make your process easier. So to ungroup, you see this button just next to undo. So you have done, undo, and then this button at the middle. This one is the button that groups or ungroups items. So I'm going to tap that and it has ungrouped my items. So I can now select Carlos Santos separately, another element. So let me change this title to the Gilead. I should change train smarter actually to the Gilead. How about tasty cakes? Yeah, says no go kiwi. All right, so let's change. Don't mind me. Let's change the text color, right, to same one we used earlier, and then we'll tap done. Then we need a tagline or some sort of word, yeah, on the tagline. So let me borrow one from, I think it's Mr. Biggs that have this finger licking experience. Finger licking experience every time. I'm going to extend that a bit. Every time with each bite. How about that? Yeah, with each bite. That's cool. I like the sound of that. All right, with each bite. So obviously we need to change the color as well. Okay, again, anytime you want to change colors and you notice that what you're selecting is not selected, tap out of it and then tap it again. You'll be able to apply your color. Okay, all right, so let's apply this guy here. I think that does it. Yep, it does. Works for me. Oh no, not yet. Now you work for me. Cool. Of course you can make this bold if you wish. Okay. Then we can change this address side. So I'm going to change this guy. Okay, let's change the color first, right, before we worry about the text inside. So we're using the same color. We're not using black, we're not using any other color, we're using the same color. Are you getting it? If you know blend, you know go follow. That's just the idea. See where this orange color still is. You notice that is the odd guy out right now. If we, maybe black might also work if you try using black, because black is like a universal contrasting color, and besides, inside of this cake image there's some sort of dark background.